and care it, you've got to water it. To keep and care it, you've got to water it. So you see, something special is in my throat. Yeah. Got it, black, 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 straight black, 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 black. Rose.
He said straight black.
Black, black.
Hey, we say very blessed good evening
Black, black.
on a wonderful looking Monday evening,
To keep and care it, you've got to water it.
as we definitely glorify the power and might of the Holy Trinity in all our doings and
You
sayings.
see,
Talking about the power and might himself, talking about the father and mother of creation,
got it, got it, got it.
Rastafari ever live and reign.
Got it.
Of course, you know the Honorable Priest Isaac here with you. You are in tune to the shock of the hour. Remember, this is a radio program that comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at this specific time. Yeah, same place, same time. And because it's a program that you hear in different parts of the earth, different stations, same time, same place, wherever you are.
Okay, then stop.
And we definitely give thanks for the sound, the definitely melodious sound of the one Barrington Levi, someone that I've always considered definitely in the top, echelons when it comes to vocalists, and that is the truth. I always had him amongst Stevie Wonder and Sanchez, and that has nothing to do with the genre of music, but just the vocals and the sweetness of the sound and the voice. Once again, this is the shock of the hour, the Honorable Priest Isaac here with you. It is a joy for all those who are definitely in the tiger's nest with us. We had a wonderful presentation previous night. Very thankful for all of those who were with us in the lecture room, in the webinar room. Yes, Lalabella Christ and Christ Mass, and as everyone was saying, I mean, that's what I told you, man. You don't know what to expect, when you definitely come into the zone, the tiger's nest, especially when we do these webinars. So for those of you who did not get to see it, well, for sure, I know all the subscribers. If you were not in the house, you still have the link, so you can go and watch it. But for those who are not subscribers and you did not see previous night's presentation, Lalibela Christ and Christ Mass, you still have an opportunity. The rules are the same. You could definitely contact us via email, or you could make your payments using the Cash App at Anora2723, and you could still make your $20 payment. It is $20 United States currency, yes, payment, and you could get your link to go and watch the lecture that we did. It was a 2-hour lecture, Lalibela, Christ and the Christ Mass. Yeah, definitely thankful for all those who were in the house with us. This evening, we are going to have a wonderful program, as we always do have a wonderful program. And tonight, we'll be looking into the 666 vaccine prayer. Huh? What are you talking about? Well, I know some of you would have already heard, the whole the commotion around Justice Mogoeng, that's how it's pronounced, Mogo Iang of South Africa, Chief Justice Mogo Iang of South Africa, who seems to be a firebrand against the vaccination of his people. In fact, I think he's saying that he's not against vaccination, but of course, just understanding the circumstances, you can't blame nobody on the planet to be critical of any vaccination. So we're going to be listening to some of the words that he had to say. That's basically going to be the basis of the program this evening. Of course, we'll be reasoning and discussing that as well. Give thanks for your presence. If you are not a subscriber to this radio program, The Shock of the Hour, if you are not receiving The Shock of the Hour in your inbox every evening after it is, after the broadcast and after it is recorded, well, that means you're not a subscriber to The Shock of the Hour. All you have to do to become a subscriber to The Shock of the Hour is just to contact us and let us know that, hey, I want to be a subscriber to The Shock of the Hour. I would like to get this radio program on a regular basis for sure. And we'll definitely hook you up. You can get a monthly subscription, a 6-month subscription, or even a yearly subscription. All right. Now, before we go too deep, there's something I found quite interesting. I think I would have thought I would have shared it with you. I was checking out the YouTube program that Fat Joe does on a regular. I'm sure those of you who are custom or familiar with the hip hop world, you would know of Fat Joe. More like Slim Joe now, if you really know the Fat Joe from the days of Fat Joe. But I think he's a vegan and he's definitely lost some weight. And he had an interview with Kool Rap, who I consider one of the greatest lyricists ever. Not just in that, just like I said, Barrington Levy and the vocals, Kool Rap in the so-called rap game, in hip-hop game, outside of Rakim, of Eric B. and Rakim, to be honest, from my judgment, and I'm not speaking of just feelings and who you like and who you don't like, or I came from that era and all of that. I'm speaking realistically as poets, you know, as lyricists, and I judge them in the ranks of poets internationally, not just in hip-hop, whether it's in the field of Shakespeare, whether it's in the field of Mutabaruka, whether it's in the field of Angelo, Maya Angelou, you know, and no disrespect to none of these people except for Shakespeare. The point I'm making is, to me, Kool Rap is one of the greatest poets ever. And this is from years of extensive study, for sure. So for those, again, who may not know who he is, he's one of the legends in the hip-hop field, one of the pioneers specifically of maybe what you consider rap music in its modern form. And on Fat Joe's program, this is like just a couple of days ago, Kool Rap was saying that he considers himself a Hebrew Israelite. That's some serious stuff. Kool Rap is saying that he is a Hebrew Israelite. I mean, you know, and to be honest, I'm not a Hebrew Israelite as such, in the sense of what that's supposed to mean when you say you're a Hebrew Israelite. Of course, I'm sure that we as the African people, the Black people, we are the realites. We is the realite. We are the true Israelites, without a doubt. But I get where he's coming from. And when he said that, when I heard it, it touched my heart, to be honest. I'm like, wow. I give thanks, you know, when you see a brother move towards a certain level of consciousness. It's always touching. And I would say I'm not even one of his biggest fans. Not because I say he's one of the. I'm definitely not one of his biggest fans, because the type of music he would sing, would it be reality or reality not, is not something I could always sit down and just induce. But because I understand skill and poetry, I still will tell you, one of the greatest of the poets in the entertainment industry, bar none. And but he sings about a lot of killing, man, killing and shooting, but very poetically. And he paints the picture like Picasso, man. You could close your eyes and listen to the fella, and you see the whole thing like if you're in the movie theater. And that's the truth. Eh? Kool Rap, that is the truth. So hearing him say that he's taking up the whole Hebrew Israelite mentality. In fact, I'm just going to run a short clip here from the Fat Joe's program. I didn't screen this to the best. Listen, you know how it is. I hope we don't get no words that we might have to censor here. Yeah, I mean, I got some young ones listening. Not that you don't hear it all the time, but we ain't gonna hear it from. All right. So this is Fat Joe. He's interviewing Kool Rap. And as I said, any words you're not accustomed to hear here, let me just apologize early before it slips out. Let's see what's going on.
When I was speaking to you, you told me, yo, Joe, I'm into I'm Jewish now. But how do you break that down to me, G?
Laugh.
Well, I ain't say Jewish, Joe.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I just said,
Listen.
I'll come to the realization.
Listen, Kool Rap.
You know, saying some years back, you know what I'm saying, that you know, who we call African Americans here in this country is the descendants of the biblical Hebrew Israelites.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I know the boy Nick Cannon caught a lot of flack for saying it, you know, because he's on a tremendous platform.
Who
you know what
that?
I'm saying? Nick Cannon.
Oh, Nick Cannon said that, and then that's what that was the controversy.
Yeah. Because he mentioned that the original Hebrew Israelites was people of color. You feel me?
And so.
But it's not just him saying that. You know, if you study, you read certain history books, you start digging. You know what I'm saying? That's all you're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? So if you apply yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's documented so much throughout history.
Wow. Yeah, you know Sean went in
interesting, eh?
In when he was in prison, he says his family are Hebrews, and you know he took up the Jewish religion. You know, and when I seen him when he first came out of jail, he had the curls and everything. And so you know, like me, maybe I'm ignorant, but I don't know too many black Jews.
A bit ignorant, no disrespect.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I live in a Jewish neighborhood.
Okay.
Where I live is nothing but Jews. Sabbath on Saturday.
See, he mixing Jewish business now with Hebrew Israelites. It's two different things. You understand? Even though I may not brand myself as a Hebrew Israelite, I don't tell you we are the Israelites. That's us. But I mean, that's a long story. I don't want to go into the politics of that now. But for sure, Hebrew Israelites and the Jewish people is different things. That's why when he began, I said, he said that you're Jewish now, eh? And Kool Rap kind of chuckled a bit. Well, no, I didn't say that. And, you know, you just had to kind of clarify it. So now Fat Joe is kind of bringing him to a Jewish kind of vibes. Well, yeah, this fella said, Shine said he was Jewish too. He had the locks. And, you know what I mean? He's coming in the Jewish, I live in a Jewish neighborhood, and Hanukkah and Yom Kippur and I guess Kool Rap is kind of saying, well, no, it's not exactly that, eh?
But I only seen one black Hasidic Jew in my life. He live out here in Miami. I see him.
You have a Jewish religion. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have the religion, and then you have the actual people. You know what I'm saying? That's genetically of that descent. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So anybody can say that, you know, like, hey, Whoopi Goldberg was, you know, it was mentioned that she was Jewish. You know what I'm saying? But I think when they were saying that about her or whatever, I think she was coming from the religious aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Sammy Davis Jr. You know what I'm saying? They was pretty much touching on the religious aspect of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy. Sammy Davis definitely was ahead of time. And I know there's all types of Jews. They got Cuban Jews here, all that.
Okay, so basically, and they kind of, you know, leveled off from there. But that's still something big. I'm not going to try to debate all of what they're trying to say. Just for someone of his caliber to step out to some level and say, "Hey, listen, man, I'm seeing myself in a different light." Yeah, I'm waking up there. Even if he said something else, even if he said, "Listen, man, I'm into Pan-Africanism right now." You know, if he said, well, you know, I mean, I'm joining the Nation of Islam right now, and I'm going to put the pork away or whatever, or just something that seems conscious, something that seems aware, something that seems woke then, if you want to say, especially for someone who's such a lyrical genius. And to be honest, man, I feel it like if it's my brother saying, brother, kind of waking up, and that's good, you know, and I would hope that it could bring things to another level, you know, and even the craft and the art that he has, it would be good to see him incorporate some of that. It's all in history. Just do your studies that he was telling Fat Joe about into that craft. That would be very, 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 very wonderful. Yeah. So definitely this is the shock of the hour. I'm just going to show you and give you a little bit of the skills of Kool Rap, just in case you didn't know. But yeah, this is the shock of the hour. Hey, listen, once again, if you are not a subscriber to the shock of the hour, I mean, come on, I don't know what could be holding you back. You should be getting these programs each and every evening and having them stored in your archives, in your own library, you know what I mean, for generations to come. Yeah, trust me, serious information. You know what we do here in the Tiger's Nest? We unravel. Yeah, we don't just copy and paste. This ain't the copy and paste show. Things are here, you never hear it no other place because we ain't saying we know more than anybody else, please. Don't tell nobody we said so. It's ain't the ego hour, but we're just showing you. Please take it easy, drop the stones. We're just showing you that when we take the knowledge that most of us have, including you, and we throw it through the Tiger's Nest machinery, I mean, it always comes out with the mystics unravel. Yeah, that's what it's all about. And and that is why, as I said, man, you should have been there if you were not there a previous night for Lalibela, the Christ and the Christ Mass. And if you were not there, you could still get your key. You could still get your family and sit around the fireplace and put on the smart television with the big screen and plug in the laptop and watch the presentation. Man, we had all the churches of Lalibela in 3D. I mean, I think you expected that, but I'm just giving you an idea of exactly what it was all about. So you still have a chance. All you have to do is make your payments using the Cash App at Anora 2327. If that is a problem, of course, you could just email us, priestisaac27@gmail.com, and for sure, we'll give you more information on how that can be done. All right. So as I said, Kool G Rap now say that he is a Hebrew Israelite. If you do not know the rap, listen to a bit of his lyrical skills, and this is as clean a one as we could find. Yeah, in a moment we're going to South talking about the 666 vaccine.
In the streets of New York, dope fiends are leaning for morphine. The TV screens follow the homicide scenes. You live here, you're taking a chance to look, and I take one glance. There's a man inside an ambulance. The crowds are getting louder. I wonder how the people wanna go fight for the right powder. People hanging in spots. They waited till the blocks got hot and got raided by the cops. I'll explain the man sleeping in the rain. His whole life remains inside a bottle of night train. Another man got his clothes in a sack, cause he spent every dime of his rent playing blackjack. And there's the poor little sister. She has a little baby daughter named Sonia, and Sonia has pneumonia. So why's the mother in a club pulling zipper? Yo, that's a job. Sonia's mommy is a bar stripper. Drug dealers drive around looking hard, knowing they're sending their brothers and sisters to the graveyard. Every day is a main event. Some old lady limps, the bushes and pimp see shrimps. It gets tiring, the sight of a gun firing. They must desire for the sign of a siren. A bag lady dies in the alleyways. She's seen the last of her days inside the subways. One more down the slope, the kid couldn't cope, so he stole somebody's dope in a gold rope. Now my son's on the run. He's the one that had fun that was done by shotgun. Upstairs, I cover my ears and tears. The man downstairs must have drank too many beers. Cause every day of his life he beats his wife. To one night she decides to pull a butcher knife. Blind man plays the sax. A tune called The Arms on My Mom's Show Railroad Tracks. Many lives are cut short. It's when you're living in the streets of New York.